Today on Cookin' by the Book, we're making Strawberry Basil Tea Sandwiches from TeaTime Magazine's cookbook, Afternoon Tea. Hi, I'm Bernadette Catherine, and I'm a country singer who, well, let's be honest, has no business having a cooking show, but I love making food for people, and I have a giant collection of cookbooks, which, if you look right over there, yeah, that's just a small part of it. So, let's get cooking by the book. Now, normally when I do this, I follow the recipe as close as I can, but this episode is going to be just a little different. You see, when I was going over the recipe, I found myself wondering if I could make this into a bigger sandwich, and also figure out what exactly I needed to do to make that happen. But don't worry, we're not straying too far off track because we're still making the tea sandwiches by the book alongside the bigger full meal version. So, to make the strawberry basil filling, you will need softened cream cheese, heavy whipping cream, strawberries, fresh basil, and ground black pepper. To make these tea sandwiches, you will need plain white bread. And to make these a meal sandwich or a bigger sandwich, you will need sourdough bread, shredded chicken, and prosciutto. We'll also need a medium bowl, an electric mixer or food processor, a 2-inch heart-shaped cookie cutter, a 1-inch heart-shaped cookie cutter, and a piping bag or bottle. First, let's make the strawberry basil filling. In a medium bowl, combine 4 ounces of cream cheese and 1 teaspoon of heavy whipping cream, beating at medium speed using an electric mixer until smooth and creamy. Finally, mince the strawberries until you have a 1/4 cup and add them to the bowl along with 2 teaspoons of minced basil and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Mix until well incorporated and refrigerate the filling for 1 hour before using. Or, if you're using a food processor, combine the cream cheese with heavy whipping cream and blend until smooth and creamy. Add 2 large strawberries, basil, and ground black pepper, then pulse until well incorporated. The mixture should still have visible tiny pieces of strawberry and basil. Refrigerate for 1 hour before using. Now, let's make the finger sandwiches. Using the 2-inch heart-shaped cookie cutter, cut out 32 hearts from the white bread. Then take the 1-inch cookie cutter and cut smaller hearts from the centers of 16 of the larger hearts. You can either discard these tiny heart cutouts or use them to make extra mini sandwiches. Next, transfer the strawberry basil filling to a piping bag or bottle and pipe the filling onto the uncut bread hearts by first outlining the edge, then filling in the center. Place the cut bread hearts on top so the filling shows through the heart-shaped opening, and cover the sandwiches with damp paper towels and refrigerate until ready to serve for up to 12 hours. Or if you're serving right away, you can stack the finger sandwiches in a decorative pattern. Now let's experiment. I have 3 combination ideas to make these full meal sandwiches. I was thinking 1 with prosciutto, 1 with chicken, and then 1 with both prosciutto and chicken combined. So let's start with the prosciutto version. Pipe the strawberry basil filling onto a lightly toasted slice of sourdough bread, layer 3 overlapping slices of prosciutto on top, and finish with another piece of toasted sourdough. For the chicken version, combine a cup of shredded chicken with a strawberry basil filling, spread it onto a lightly toasted slice of sourdough bread, and top with another slice of toasted sourdough. Finally, let's combine both. Spread the strawberry basil chicken mixture onto a lightly toasted slice of sourdough bread, overlap 3 slices of prosciutto, and complete with another piece of toasted sourdough. When you're ready to serve, slice the full-size sandwich in half and let's go. Let's try it. I'm kind of overwhelmed with options. We made 4 sandwiches today, so I'm not entirely sure which one to. Okay, I got it. Let's start with the original tea sandwich from the cookbook. It's so adorable. Okay, let's try this. The first thing that I'm getting is actually the basil. And then there's the strawberry, but it's not sweet. This is a savory sandwich. Oh my. There's the creaminess and tanginess of the cream cheese that's just kind of ties everything in together, and it's really good. Okay, let's move on. So, what's next? Let's try the prosciutto. Oh, that's the chicken. Here we go. Wow, this is kind of messy. Let's try it. I'm not a fan of this one. There's an almost slippery quality and kind of makes the cream cheese feel thin. I'm not saying that it's like disgusting, but it's not my favorite. Let's try another one. I think the next one we made was the chicken, so let's try that. The basil is again dominant here, but I taste the strawberry and the chicken. It kind of reminds me of a chicken salad. That's kind of interesting. I like this. That's good. Okay, so now let's do the chicken and prosciutto. I'm kind of hoping that the chicken, because it did so well in this one, kind of brings this all together, helps make the prosciutto easier. The chicken did make it easier. It did make it better. But like I said, the prosciutto almost kind of makes it slippery. Kind of gives it like this oily kind of quality, and that's just that. I'm not a fan. Overall, my two favorites were the tea sandwich and the chicken salad. I guess I'm gonna call it that because I mean that's kind of what it tastes like, but with strawberries and basil and yum. Let's try more. Yeah, that's good. I always enjoy following a recipe from one of TeaTime Magazine's cookbooks because they're always so full of flavor and they look like they belong in a fancy restaurant. I mean, look at how adorable those tea sandwiches were and look at what we managed to do to make them a full-size sandwich. So, if you're looking for a recipe that is sure to impress anyone you invite over, no matter what the occasion, then I suggest you give this cookbook a try. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen for this episode of Cookin' by the Book. I had a lot of fun making this dish and I hope you had just as much fun following along. If you would like to try this recipe yourself, you can find the original recipe and link to TeaTime Magazine's cookbook, Afternoon Tea, in the description below. And don't forget to share your cookbook recommendations in the comments. Whether you're curious about a cookbook or just want me to try a recipe from your favorite one, I would love to hear from you. Also, if you try one or all of the strawberry basil sandwiches that we made today, let me know how it turned out and tag me on Facebook or Instagram with your photos. I would love to see your interpretation. And since I'm a country singer who loves classic rock and both classic and modern country, don't forget to check out my original music on this channel and subscribe to follow both my music and Cookin' by the Book journey. I'll see you next time. Bye!